the why here. Don't look at me like that. I know I was supposed to have a video out probably a week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry guys. I can't make a video if I don't feel inspired. I'm gonna hate it and I'm gonna cringe, just like I cringe every time I watch my earliest videos. I made a video yesterday, like I filmed a whole video yesterday for like 2 hours, okay? And then it came out and when I was editing, I didn't like the outcome. So, and it was too late to shoot again because like it was getting dark and I used natural lighting since I don't have like the other, you know, expensive lighting. So I'm shooting another one today. So getting to the title of this video, Pure Sexual Purity from a Christian's Perspective. So just to give you a background story, when I was 14, my friend and I, we made a vow to never sleep with someone we were not married to, a guy we were not married to. I kept it a secret for I think 2 years. So when in 10th grade, when I was like 16, I think a topic came up about, we were talking about teenage pregnancy, right? One of the guys, he was like, oh, I'm gonna laugh at you guys when you end up pregnant. And that's when I told him, I'm not planning to sleep with anyone that I'm not married to. But guys that we were like, you know, discussing, like they all looked at me and I was like, oh girl, please, just wait until you're 18, you're gonna give it up. You do not understand love yet. So I told my cousin as well that, yeah, same year, when I was 16. And she was like, you know what, you don't understand life yet. You don't understand, you know, love, and you've never been in love yet, so you don't understand these things. So you're gonna give it up, just wait. And then fast forward to when I was 17. I fell in love. Oh goodness. I dated this guy for 3 months. I'm sorry mom, I'm sorry dad. I know I was not allowed to date. Still not allowed to date, by the way. My mom says I'm not allowed to date until I graduate. One day when we were texting, it was like late night. I think it was like around 12. I think, I'm pretty sure it was like around 12 one day. Out of the blue, he just texts me, I want to make love to you. So I was there contemplating. I was like, okay, do I tell this guy that I made a vow? Or what do I do? Because, I mean, I was 17, I was naive, and I thought we were going to get married. I was afraid of telling him about, you know, this vow that I made, because I was afraid that he was gonna break up with me. I'm 17 and he's 19, and marriage was not in the picture for either one of us. He was just in his first year of tertiary education. I was in the 11th grade. But in the end, I ended up telling him a half-truth. I told him that I was not ready, which was true, but I also didn't tell him that I'm not sleeping with anyone I'm not married to. So we never spoke about that again, but I kept it in my mind, like I kept the conversation in my mind, and I just kept contemplating. I was like, you know, is this really gonna be worth it? You know, if I save myself and he breaks up with me, I don't sleep with him and he breaks up with me. So I was like contemplating. I was like, you know, maybe I should just wait 1 more year and then like give it up, like if we're still dating. Like 3 months later, that relationship ended, and I cannot thank God enough for ending that relationship before things got, you know. So fast forward to first year of university. Up to that point, my biggest fear, the reason why I didn't sleep with anyone, my biggest fear was that I'd sleep with him and then I'd get pregnant and then I would disappoint my parents and then I'd have to raise this kid alone. So that was my biggest motivation at the time for not sleeping with anyone. Move on to my second year of university. After that point in time, my vow was purely from a circular point of view. It was not from a Christian point of view. That was the year that I encountered God, and it was the year that I discovered true Christianity, what it meant to really be a Christian. And that was the year I let God into my heart, and that was the year I understood sexual purity from a Christian perspective. I get a lot of people that just tell me, oh, really, why do you have to wait until marriage? It's just sex. It's not just sex when you look at it from a Christian perspective. So you find a lot of people that can't leave awful relationships because the sex is good, so they stay just to have sex. For me, honestly, I don't want that. And I get mocked a lot. I get weird questions a lot, just because I hold this view about, sex. And I'm used to it now. I'm like, people object, obviously. And it's funny because some of these people are Christians. So I'm like, I guess we're not reading the same Bible. Because the Bible is very clear on its stance on fornication. Fornication is a sin, whether we like it or not. Regardless of how we feel, it can't change what's in the Bible. So a lot of questions that I get from people are like, what if you're not sexually compatible? What if you marry this guy and the sex is bad? My question is always, how many people do you have to sleep with until you find a sexually compatible one? And what if you find someone that's sexually compatible with you, but in all other areas you're incompatible? Are you really going to stay in a relationship because of sex? And also, if the sex is bad, then we will practice until we're perfected, whatever that means. Another question that I got, weird question, is like, I was texting with this guy one day. I was telling him about like purity and stuff, and he was like, what if you find out on your wedding night that the guy has no sexual organs? I'm like, where do you people find these things? Like, what? Another question, very important question, very good question that I get, by the way. What happens if you don't get married? You're gonna die without tasting the joy of sex. Thing is, not all of us are called for marriage. If God has not ordained me for marriage, then I have to live with it and I have to make peace with it. If God tells me I have other plans for your life and marriage is not one of them, then I'll have to make peace with it, and I have to trust that God knows me better and He wants the best for me. I would rather deny my flesh every single day. And I know it's not easy because we are sexual beings, and I would rather deny my body, my flesh, my cravings for the rest of my life to end up in the presence of God. A lot of people have told me that that's impossible. You can't be in a relationship without having sex. Well, that's funny because I've been in 2 relationships and I have not slept with any of the guys. So I definitely think it's possible, very, very possible. And you have to take drastic measures to deny your flesh, because the Bible tells us the flesh is weak and you have to flee from sexual immorality. Run, my sister, run, my brother. I'm very blessed to have people around me who hold the same view, who are waiting for marriage before they engage in a sexual relationship. and that's for me, that's also one of my motivators. So definitely surround yourselves with people who have the same goals, who have the same view. It's very important. So anyway, just, man, don't let anybody tell you you can't. Wait until marriage. The right man will wait. The right man will wait with you. The right woman will wait with you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You have God. You will persevere. So hope you enjoyed this video. That's all I had for you this week. Bye.
You could be my shield. You brought me to the top.